Good day, subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am Jeremy. This is the Financial Education Channel, and today we're talking about Draw My Financial Life. I'm going to take you guys through my financial life, which really began in 2008, all the way to today, which is February 2017. And we're going to kind of look at the chart I drew up here and kind of view it and view some of the great things I've done and some of the bad things that cost me a lot of money, guys. And I think you can just kind of learn from this and know a little bit more about my background and kind of some of the things I've done really well and some of the things I might not have done well. And then kind of think of yourself, if you draw your own graph like I have here, where would you be? You know, is it a straight up line? If it is, that's phenomenal. Or do you have a little bit of a roller coaster like I do? Because I do have a bit of a roller coaster here, guys. So leave me a thumbs up if you enjoy this today, guys. And you know what? Let's just get right into this. I remember back in I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago, it was like a popular thing for like YouTubers to do a thing called Draw My Life, and it would like sketch out their life and tell all about it. I thought this would be much more interesting for me since it's a financial based channel. I might as well draw out my financial life. So, okay, so we start way over here. Way over here we have 2008, which is when I kind of started my financial life because I got my first real job and whatnot. Over here we have now, which is February 2017. So you can tell it's a little bit of a roller coaster here. So 2008, I had crappy jobs, you know, working as 18, 19-year-old. I was mainly focused on track at that time. I was mainly focused on college, learning about investing, all those kinds of things. And I was working, you know, jobs paying $8, $9 an hour or whatever. It's crappy jobs, but I was still saving. So as you can see, I was still, my net wealth, and this is, by the way, it's like a net wealth chart. It was still going up. So I was still saving some money. I was still investing. It was very small investments. It might take me 2 months to save like $500 just to put it toward a stock or whatever. So it certainly wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. And so things kind of went really slow up until 2010, late 2010, when I got a really good job at a company named QuickTrip. And this job started me around $40,000 a year, which isn't all the money in the world, but when you're like 20, 21 years old, it's a lot of money. So that's a really good job. And then so that's when things started to dramatically increase here. And then throughout the years, I got promoted more. I started making $50,000, $60,000 a year. And all during this time, I was getting really good stock market gains. I started getting like 20% a year, which is phenomenal. Then I started getting more toward 30, 40%. And between how much money I was able to save and the type of stock market gains I was getting, you can see the chart just went up and up and up and up. It was, you know, phenomenal gains year after year after year after year. I was just knocking the ball out of the park. And on top of me picking great stocks to be in, the markets in general did very well from 2010 to 2014. It was a really good time to be in the stock market, regardless of what stock you own. I mean, the chances are you probably had gains no matter what. But for me personally, I was picking a lot of great stocks and had a lot of things going for me that I had, you know, things dramatically increased. So we get all the way here, and right around here is actually when I left QuickTrip, and I've started focusing all my time on just spending time with my newborn son, who had just been born, who I really wanted to just take the first year off with him because I had quite a bit of wealth, you know, amassed that I just want to take a year off and enjoy his life. And then also wanted to focus more on stocks. And I thought I would be able to make a living from just investing, a living just from stocks. And I mean, who could blame me? When you get those type of gains for so many years in a row, you get a little bit full of yourself. You get a little bit cocky. I'll be completely honest. It doesn't matter really how humble you are. When you're getting 20, 30, 40% gains year after year after year after year, you start thinking, man, I can just do this for a living. I was at a point where I was making more from investments than I was making from my actual job. And that's when I was like, I need to just start focusing on this full time. And if I focus on it full time, my gains will get even better. Maybe I'll start making 50 or 60% a year or something. That's kind of the mentality you start thinking with when you have so much success. You know, sometimes it just goes to your head a little bit. And that's what I thought. And I thought literally I would be able to make a living from investing with stocks. So I left right about there. My wealth kept increasing. Right around here, spring 2014 is actually when I maxed out. That was when I hit the highest wealth I had ever hit before. and the highest I've ever hit since. So I've never hit anything that high since. Now, right around here is actually a really bad time because I had left my job, I had no income and whatnot. And the worst thing was I all of a sudden started to kind of panic a little bit and think, because I was thinking I was literally going to trade stocks for the rest of my life. And I started thinking, I need more money to invest. I need more money to invest to be able to make even more money faster so I don't have to worry so much about basically bills and all those kinds of things. And I don't have to take so much out of savings because I was living all completely off of savings at that point. So right around here, I started getting involved with margin, which is margin, if you guys don't know, that's investing money that's not even yours, taking out debt to basically invest. And then you also have to pay interest on that. I was paying like, I don't know, 5-6% interest on that. And I was borrowing. And I was starting to go heavy on it. And at first it was doing really well because my stocks happened to be going up at the same time. So I was margining out, stocks are going up, and I hit an all-time record right around spring 2014. Then what happened is my stocks began to struggle and I began to even margin out super heavy. So that's when all of a sudden one of my stocks really struggled at that point in time. We're going into late 2014 now into 2015. And then what really sent me down is then I would start playing earnings. I started thinking I could be a short-term trader and I could make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a time trading earnings because I have really good insight on knowing if a company is going to beat numbers or miss numbers. If it's a company I follow at least. I mean, if it's some random company I have no clue about, but I have a pretty good insight about that. But what I quickly found out is just because maybe I was right, and most of the time I was right, I would say 85% of the time I was right, 15% of the time I was wrong. The problem is with that, it doesn't mean your stock's going to go up. Because guidance is something that people might look for. Gross margin is something people might look for. Something like maybe the stock doesn't matter how good of numbers they could have posted. Sometimes they still go down, guys. I quickly found that out and I lost a disgusting amount of money in here. I don't even want to tell you guys the amount of money I lost because some of you will probably throw up. It's disgusting. And I lost it. And it just, I got so unfocused. What got me all the way to here did not get me all the way down here. What got me all the way down here was starting that margin account right around here, was trying to play short-term earnings, play short-term things, try to gamble money on earnings calls and things like that and try to be a short-term trader, which is not what made me successful. So I went completely against what made me successful. And it's so silly. Like anytime in life you go against, what made you successful, it's silly. It's like, imagine if on this channel I just started posting cooking videos all the time or something, baking videos. It'd be like, what the hell, Jeremy? That's not what made you successful on this channel. What made you successful was financial channels, stock market, entrepreneurship, and personal finance. And now you're doing cooking videos. What the hell are you doing on your channel? That's not what made you successful. So that's exactly what I did. This made me successful, long-term investing in companies, thinking about the next 1 to 3 years. And this is what made me unsuccessful, short-term trading, margin trading. And so what happened here, guys, is I had a bottom. I bottomed out January 2016. January 2016 was the darkest time in my adult financial life, guys. Darkest time. Because I had all-time low account, brokerage accounts. I had a situation where I was just starting my photography and videography business and I had virtually no customers. So I had basically no business. I just started, I got the equipment and whatnot, but I had no customers, so I had nothing going for me. And that was actually the same month I started this channel, which this channel was never meant to be a way of making money. I do make money on it now, and I make actually decent money on this channel now, but it didn't start as that. What this channel started as is a way for me to educate people and a way for me to get away from watching stocks all day. Because I would watch stocks all day, the stock prices go up and down, and that's what would make me want to trade more often and worry about my stocks and whatnot. And I had a little bit of what I call stock market addiction. I actually have a video on this channel about stock market addiction. And it's a serious thing. It's a real thing that's out there, guys. And so I started this channel because I needed a hobby to do something. I needed to do something else with my life because my business was growing super slow. I had no customers down here. I was just starting to get some. And I needed an outlet. I needed a way to educate people, something that would be fun and whatnot. I thought if I could just have 10, 20, people I could help a day, that'd be fabulous. Now a year later, we have, you know, thousands and thousands of people I help a day. So it's fabulous. So that was the bottom, right down there, January 2016. And now we're in recovery mode, and it's been an upward thing ever since, because my business got built out. You know, this channel actually helps out a lot now financially. This channel does phenomenal. So the good thing about everything is actually by the end of 2017, I have a legit shot of being higher than this mark. And that's not even if like anything goes crazy. That's not even if my stock market, you know, all my stocks go crazy and whatnot. I have a legit shot just based upon my actual business and based upon this channel that I could actually hit something close to this number, if not above this number I was at in the spring 2014, guys. So that's the bright news for me. And I'm not a super religious person. I haven't been to church in, I would say, years and years, but I am a believer in God, and I do believe God has a purpose. The fact is, and this is a fact, if this never happened, this channel would have never happened. If this would have never happened, my photography and videography business would have never happened, and all the customers I help and all the nice, you know, things they say in that business and whatnot, that would have never happened. It took this to happen to get me off my ass in life and get to do something. Before this happened, I was okay if I just made up $50,000, $100,000 a year and sat around watching stock prices all day and watching CNBC and Bloomberg. I was okay with that. And I look back and I'm like, that's a pretty pathetic way. There's so many experiences, there's so many things, there's so much potential I have and I had, that would have been a damn shame if I would have just sat in this room at this desk every day watching stock prices all day. And that was my life. And that was my life. That would have been a damn shame, because that's a lot of wasted potential that would have never got unlocked, guys, because I never would have been motivated to do anything about it. So the worst thing I could have done is if this line would have just kept going up slowly and I kept making 50, 100K a year off stocks and it just kept going up. That would have been the worst thing that could have ever happened to me. And I know it sounds crazy because we're talking about a dramatic amount of money was lost over this, you know, portion of time. But it's absolutely true, guys. I had a lot of potential that I was not even tapping, all because I was basically up here with the stocks and whatnot. And so I'm actually extremely thankful it happened. If I would turn back and do I have any regrets? I mean, it's not fun to lose that much money, guys. It's really not. It's not fun to lose that much money. But do I really regret it? Probably not, because like I said, this channel would have never existed. And now we're going to approach 20,000 subscribers next week. And I'm like, this would have never happened, guys. My photography and videography business, all those customers I help out, you know, and I actually have a sustainable business. First time I ever remember in my life, I actually had a business that worked. I failed at so many businesses trying to create that I didn't really try hard enough, because I was working, making good money, and I had the stock. So I would always like get unfocused, and it would just throw the business away. This was the first business that I ever proved to myself I could be a success in. And this channel, you know, and it's a great feeling for me. So I don't have any regrets. You know, that's my financial life down there. I hope you guys kind of see, you know, good insight there, and draw your own financial life out. You know, how does your graph look? Are you just getting started like I was in 2008, 2009, or have you been going strong for 10, 20 years? You know, what is your guys' financial graph? I would love to know. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video today, guys, hit a thumbs up, share it if you want. Twitter link is down at the bottom. That's the one other social media I have on this channel. If you just came across this and you're not subscribed yet, you may want to. We talk personal finance in this channel. I'm an actual business owner. I give away a lot of my business tips. We talk the stock market the most in this channel, including videos on like how to make your money into money. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a great day.